这一次就有跳出来。那昨天怎么好像没跳？这次活动要再带个，再带下摄影师。我怎么点到客情？客情没有，还没过你。
I knew you'd miss me. Have you tried Navia's macarons? She's a very strong person. Strong people will always manage to keep themselves together no matter what happens.
Hello. 稍早我先去，也算早开吧，至少不是半夜。活动我还蛮期待的，然后因为我怕我体力爆了，所以我有先上，所以我在10点过后有上线，结果发现它有剧情会跳出来，所以他开头是讲说，派蒙就是说好像有什么活动好像有什么那个，是活动吗？还是庆典要举办？我们快去看看吧，大概就是这样的内容，老样子的开场。先开一个新的笔记本，不然枫丹那个笔记本因为东西有点太多了。大宝勇者，我们快去看看吧。大宝勇者，你的大宝是指保底吗？过分！我也不想要大保底，我还能怎么办？他说四处都有插旗子，我都没看到旗子，我也一起。我好像看到了，是这个吗？我记得他这边之前是挂那个水国的天平的符号，然后现在变成这个。先拍张照。我记得好像是赫戈利亚的故事，没记错。纯水骑士赢回了他们的女王女神。我还没有研究枫丹的故事，完蛋了。我看到夏沃雷了。还敢不给我拍照 ？Hello， 夏沃雷 ，Hello， 为什么没有出现在这一期？眼睛感觉有一点蛮奇特的，他还戴着耳机，对，这是耳罩吗？先帮你拍一张近照，再会。我们走。Sawyer， 我们从反方向过来。
Seriously? But Mr. Morris, I don't understand, sir. How can you only be telling me this now?
莫里斯先生。
I'm afraid that there's nothing really I can do. I'm really facing a crisis. My hands are tied.
But what about my film?
我的影怎么办？ 你已经变成阴影制片人了。你原本不是大发明家吗？
Well, I'm afraid you have to come up with something on your own. Take it from me. Sometimes you just have to let things go. Same goes for this film festival.
你只能自己想办法了。这个阴影也就随他去吧。
Oh.
Hey, isn't that Xavier? So he's back in Fontaine now.
原来你叫扎比耶，扎比耶。
Oh, why, if it isn't the dear traveler and Paimon. I really didn't expect to bump into you here at this time.
你进来可好？
Well, I was doing just fine until I received some terrible news just now. The investor I was working with for my upcoming film has fallen upon some hard times and is no longer able to provide the promised amount of funds.
财务危机。
Can't you just find a different investor?
Unfortunately, that's not how it works. We had signed an agreement specific to the Fontanalia Film Festival, stipulating that I cannot work with any other investors until the festival is finished.
专门为千灵影节签订的合约规定，我在节日结束前都不能，不是啊，你都有财务危机不能解约吗？
The Fontanalia Film Festival? What's that?
Oh, is this your first time participating in Fontaine's Fontanalia Film Festival? Then allow me to fill you in.
千灵节，我总觉得有点记忆，我查一下好了，看一下我是不是有记。我记得是在这里，算是有点相似，但是不一样。千灵节。
The Fontanalia Festival was established to commemorate the legendary Loch Knights, who went on a quest to search for the Oceanids and eventually welcomed the Hydro Arconageria. The holiday is deeply connected to the founding of Fontaine, as well as its unique laws and trials. It's one of the most important festivals for this nation.
But what's with that weird expression on your face? It's like you're trying really hard to remember something.
I was just trying to recall the exact description from the books, in order to avoid any unnecessary arguments over semantics. I usually try to recite things straight from the source.
照背一遍。
Well, either way, Paimon thinks she gets it now. It's just like the Windbloom Festival in Mondstadt, and the Lantern Rite in Lille.
Yes, those are festivals of a similar variety. Who doesn't like a good festival? And just like those of other nations, Fontaine will hold a plethora of events around this time each year. To commemorate the Loch Knights, people will imitate them by putting on special costumes, raising golden cups, and going door to door asking for pure water. 我想应该不是这样庆祝，这样效仿的吧。 But a few years ago, Lady Farina started to find the whole idea a little drab, and so decided to change the part about pure water to sweets.
That really doesn't surprise Paimon at all.
怎么突然有点万圣节的味道？
The whole thing seems more akin to a carnival now, and it's quite popular among the kids. Every year you can hear a bunch of them saying, "Trial or treat."
try or treat 不给糖就审判。这么凶的、啊、
Oh, that sounds pretty fun. But how does that connect back to the film festival you mentioned?
你居然觉得这样挺有趣的。
Ah, yes, it appears I've strayed off topic. I just got too excited after seeing you. Let me get back to the point. The Fontanalia Film Festival is an event proposed by the Fontaine Film Association this year. Now that film technology has matured as a medium, it's the perfect time to introduce more people to the art form. During this time, people may submit films to be evaluated, and the entry with the highest score will be given the Farina Award by the association.
The what award?
The Farina Award. You know, after the Hydro Archon. They coined it while Lady Farina was still in power, but even though things have changed, no one has made any motion to update the name.
你怎么好像听起来有点不太满意啊？
Perhaps everyone still thinks of it as a pretty appropriate name. Even though she isn't the Hydro Archon any longer, Lady Farina is still Fontaine's superstar. Anyone with eyes can see the way she shines on the stage.
你也看过。
Huh. Alright. Guess the name does work pretty well when you put it that way.
Oh, but who would have guessed there'd be an issue with the funding? How will I ever explain this to Miss Chiori? Not to say all the other actors who traveled all the way here from Inazuma.
Chiori? Sounds familiar. Where have we heard that name before?
千之屋。
Yes, that's her. I asked her to oversee the event's art direction, including the design of the actors' costumes and appearances.
Oh, Paimon remembers now. Navia said that her clothes were designed by Chiori, and Kirara's outfit too.
How to describe her? Well, she tends to be pretty direct and can be very forceful when it comes to dealing with people. The fashion world in Fontaine has dubbed her the Thundering Seamstress.
做事犀利，史上揭晓他的名类的裁剪师。
Her remarkable designs have led many Fontainians to become very interested in Inazuma. Anyway, Chiori is acquainted with all the actors I've invited from Inazuma. Without her help, I don't think I would have been able to get such an international cast for the film. She really is a kind soul.
多亏她的相助，真是一个好心肠的女士。
Who are the actors from Inazuma? Do we know them?
Why don't the two of you accompany me to the Aquabus station to welcome them? Judging from the time, the Aquabus should be arriving shortly. Chiori will be waiting to meet me there as well.
划破宁静的枪响，比赛开跑的意思。哦，怎么突然有种漫画的感觉？好像代表了不同的风格，不同时代的风格。右边还有弗宁娜进站与工作人员对话。看过的一小部分，救可怜的乙方员工，特技功效与明日之星，太多任务一次开了吧？当然是先跟着游戏活动主线走啊。喂， 他要去克莱门丁县，所以他们是走沙漠那条路来的，这么嗨的。对，应该是克莱门丁县。对，他是走。哦，看到了天之。
Miss Chiori?
你讲话是不是有点怕怕的？
Your talk with the investor sure went fast. The aquabus hasn't even arrived yet. Oh? And who are they?
Allow me to introduce you. This is the Traveler and Paimon.
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise! We've heard the owner of Chioriya Boutique is a skilled seamstress, so it's a real pleasure to finally meet you in person.
纳维亚的衣装搭配很出色，一凉凉的衣装的概念很新颖。
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure she wouldn't always look like a cat that had been unceremoniously dropped in a bucket of paint.
凶。
So tell me, what happened? I can tell the conversation didn't go quite as expected.
Well, it's like this.
Ugh.
I know, Chiori, you don't have to say it. You did remind me that this investor was a little bit sketchy.
知道要挨骂了。
Yes, there's no doubt about that.
But how could I pass it up? He offered me twice as much as the others.
And therein lies the problem.
Yes, but just put yourself in my shoes. After obtaining such an excellent script, it's only natural that I would want to make the most of the film. The budgets that the others had proposed were nowhere near enough. It's difficult to find someone willing to front such a large amount of mora, so...
Don't be sad, Xavier. We might be able to help scrounge up some more together for you.
Oh, thank you, Paimon. That means a lot to me. But the cost of the film is staggering. I'm afraid that any mora we can scrounge together in a short amount of time won't even be able to cover the actors' fees.
We need to move on. What's happened has already happened, and there's no changing it. But now's not the time to give up.
What? You're saying that you have a plan?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm simply saying I wouldn't give up just yet. The actors I recommended aren't just after Mora after all.
Really? Then where do you live? We Malazines live in Marcy Village. The only way to enter is from underwater.
Oh, you must be pretty tired after work every day, right? I mean, you have to swim all that way just to go home.
We are so thoughtful. But some Malazines choose to live in the Court of Fontaine because it's so much more convenient.
This is our stop.
Oh, we've arrived, but I haven't even finished chatting with Aval yet.
I also enjoyed Aval's introductions to Fontaine along the way. Everything you described was so clear and detailed that we can't help but want to hear more.
Thank you so much. I'm usually working here on this aqua bus, so I hope I'll have the chance to see you again. There are still many more places I'd like to introduce to you.
Welcome to the Court of Fontaine.
Chiori, you sure have changed a lot. This is the first time we've seen you since you left Inazuma.
I haven't realized it's been so long. I was in such a rush when I left that I didn't even get to say goodbye.
Thank you for extending the invitation, Mr. Xavier. I'm looking forward to a fruitful trip here in Fontaine.
It's an honor to have the head of the Kamisato clan visit us.
完蛋了，要省下一大笔钱了。
So they're who you meant when you said you had actors coming from Inazuma?
Oh? It's the Traveler and Paimon.
Wow, what a coincidence! Ayaka and I were just talking about you on the way here. Are you also here for the film?
We just ran into Xavier earlier and came over with him.
But I'm not an actress. Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka are the real actors here. I'm just tagging along with Ayaka to have a good time together.
我还以为我是永远的女主角。
About that, I mean, how was I supposed to contact you when I was making preparations for the film? I figured you were probably busy, and I didn't want to disturb you. So I could only keep you in the back of my mind while I sought other actors to play the lead roles in the film.
I had been thinking about a surprise reunion with you during our trip here, but you still managed to surprise me first.
Oh, so you all know each other already. My, what a coincidence. What are the chances everyone could be brought together here like this? Why don't we go to Hotel de Boer and catch up over a meal? I've already made a reservation.
Huh? Did you reserve 2 spots for us too?
Yes, of course, of course. I'll be sure to tell the boss to serve a few more delicious dishes just to make sure there'll be enough food.
Very well. Then please, kindly lead the way, Mr. Xavier.
萧公出国的几率是不是有一点高啊？
Wow, the buildings in Fontaine are so tall. Just look at how big they are.
And there's the fountain that Aval mentioned earlier. It really is a magnificent sight.
And look at that huge spinning sphere. Where does it get its power? Wait a sec! Could it be one of those clockwork mecha we've heard so much about?
晚上好啊，我没有改直播时间，只是这几天比较闲一点，所以可以早点开。然后确实有好几天没播了，因为那个暂时没事做，然后又改版到改版之前就都还没什么事情，所以我就想说休息个几天，然后我也有那个岳麒麟的影片我还没有剪完。
So this is what food from Fontaine is like. It sure is different from what we have in Inazuma. How should I describe it? It seems like you have to go through a lot more steps to make them. And the flavor has many layers too.
你们也要注意保暖，最近突然天气降很多，温度降很多，这样子。
Yes. When I first went to Inazuma, I actually thought the food there tasted a little too bland. It took some time for me to get used to it.
Let's get back to the purpose of this trip for a moment, shall we?
How have preparations for the film been coming along, Mr. Xavier?
完蛋了。
Well, I've already assembled most of the film crew, a lighting specialist, a prop manager, and a costume designer. I've also bought the copyrights from the novel's author.
Oh, it's called The Two Musketeers, right? I read the script you sent me on the way here. The story is pretty good.
两个捅枪手啊，这是新出的书籍嘛？你可以在那个书店买到，然后有第1集在那个武器店对面的房子。
Originally, I was planning to start filming as soon as Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka arrived in Fontaine, but I'm afraid I've run into a bit of a problem.
Oh? What is it?
It has to do with the film's investor, Mr. Morris. He suddenly informed me this morning that he's encountered some financial trouble and will be unable to release to me the amount of funding agreed upon.
It's said that Fontaine's legal system is well developed. If he has violated the contract, then can't you simply take him to court over the matter?
Well, I'm still more concerned about filming. Even if I were to take him to court, I'm afraid it would take months before the case could even be heard.
怎么开庭日可以这么久啊？我们怎么好像开庭还蛮快的？
Then, is there a way we could raise funds ourselves to solve the problem?
I've considered that option too, but unfortunately, it's difficult to gather such a large amount of mora on such short notice. Besides, we have to consider the film festival's submission deadline.
Mr. Xavier, if Ayaka and I were willing to perform for free, would that resolve the problem you are currently facing?
What? No, out of the question. To have you come all this way just to act for free? Oh, no, that won't do.
No.
There's no need to worry, Mr. Xavier. My brother and I had actually intended to work for free after receiving your invitation. Inazuma has only recently reopened its borders, and needs to strengthen its relations and cultural ties with other nations. We didn't have many collaboration projects with Fontaine in the past, so we hope this trip would serve as a good start for the future.
这样看起来，社凤行好像都负责这一方面的事情，因为毕竟明神大社也算社凤行底下的一个作业组织。他们两个好像算同等的，但是基本上也是隶属于社凤行这方范围内。然后他也是有到须弥。
Indeed. You could say that's the real reason why the Yashiro Commission agreed to come to Fontaine.
I understand, but having you two act for free just doesn't seem right.
Not at all. While we're officially here to conduct a cultural survey of sorts, we must express our sincerity if we want to establish formal cultural ties with your nation. This film will serve as proof of friendly cooperation and cultural exchange between Inazuma and Fontaine. It's my hope that the film can be finished and released as smoothly as possible. If you still don't feel comfortable with this arrangement, I would also be more than happy to be introduced to some other renowned individuals in Fontaine's literary and artistic circles.
All right. I'll do as you say. Thank you so much. I'll make sure to cobble together enough mora now, even if it means selling my house, my camera, and every single family heirloom.
你修那个炉子赚的钱应该不少吧？
Come on now, no need to go that far. I'll also help you out as a brand sponsor.
我们也可以帮以朋友赞助的名义。
Me too. Even though I didn't bring much more to spend on this trip, it's still better than nothing.
You are too kind, all of you. I really don't know how to...
Ew. Alright, enough about that. Now that we have Xavier's savings, my support, and 2 leads who are willing to act for free, I think we will be able to make this happen. So, instead of Mora, you'll help with filming and production.
Oh, but how can we help with that? We don't know much about making a film.
Alright, pull yourself together, Xavier. Tell us if there are still any open positions left among the crew.
All right. Let me think. We still need a camera operator, a clapper loader, and someone to manage logistics. I originally wanted to personally serve as director, but I've been too busy working as the producer. So the positions of director and director's assistant will also need to be filled.
Paimon knows what the director and the logistics support person do, but what's a clapper loader?
The clapper loader is responsible for using the clapperboard to record and organize the information of each shot when the camera operator begins shooting. The work requires both patience and careful attention to detail.
A clapperboard? Oh, you mean the thing they hold that goes clap whenever they start filming?
Yes, that's right. Are you interested in that job?
For sure! Paimon's always wanted to try that!
我以为你很适合当摄影机耶，你会飞耶。
Alright, then you'll be our clapper loader. I can find someone from the store to help with logistics. What do you think, Xavier?
Oh, fine by me. As for our camera operator, I was thinking of letting the Traveler take the role.
Oh, she's great when it comes to using a camera! Paimon can't even count how many things we've taken photos of during our journey!
Yes, that's also what I was thinking. I noticed the Traveler had an eye for photography and composition when we worked together previously.
I'm sure that's due to the Traveler's journey across Devat and all the places they've seen. After so many adventures, using a camera must be second nature by now.
What do you say, Traveler? Are you interested in the job?
在所不辞。
Thank you. It really means a lot to me. Come on, friend. Let me give you a big warm hug.
你先做正事。
So, all that's left for us to find is a director and an assistant.
Oh, me! I want to be the director's assistant. All we need to do is help the director, right? I can handle that.
All right, then all we need is a director. Oh, all the well-known directors in Fontaine are probably also busy working on their own films these days. I'm not sure who will have time to help.
我倒是有一个好主意。
Oh, Farina helped out a theater troupe recently by serving as an artistic consultant. She could be a good director, right? Besides, it's not like she has anything else to do right now.
Farina? Do you really think Lady Farina would be willing to help us with our humble project?
快被吓死。
Isn't that the name of Fontaine's Hydro Archon? My brother has already informed me about what happened here in Fontaine.
Yep, that's her. She helped out a theater troupe not too long ago, and now she's taking up work as a director.
Well,
I saw that musical. Her performance was perfect, and the storyboards were also excellent. Don't let her former identity intimidate you. She's the best candidate we can think of right now. You'll never know until you give her a shot.
Fine. You're right, Shiori. I'll do anything for the sake of my film. Anything! Then I'll have to ask the Traveler and Paimon to show me the way to Lady Farina's residence. I just hope she'll agree to help.
Do you need us to also come along?
No, there's no need to trouble you with this. Besides, you've just arrived in Fontaine, and I'm sure there are many places you would like to visit.
先去逛逛水神他家。
Just leave this task to me. It's part of my duties as the producer.
Very well. Then we'll be waiting to hear the good news.
I'll go with you. By the way, you might want to consider bringing a gift.
And don't worry, we won't simply drop you off at Farina's place. We know Farina pretty well by now, so having some familiar faces there should help your chances. Besides...
All right, then I'll start making preparations. As for the gift...
A gift for someone who was once seen as the Hydro Archon. I wonder what she would like.
I recall that Lady Farina once fancied a clockwork ring, so perhaps I should get another exquisite clockwork contraption for her.
Huh? Can't we just bring some desserts, like the Fontanalia mousse?
But wouldn't that be a little too cheap? She does like desserts, though.
Isn't the Fontanalia festival happening right now? I heard Abel tell us on the Aquabus that Farina introduced the tradition of going door to door and asking for sweets. To do something like that, she must have a real sweet tooth.
I agree with Yoimiya. If the gift is too fancy, it might actually make her feel more uncomfortable.
Alright then, let's go buy some Fontanalia mousse!
But will that really be enough? We'll be asking her to do a lot of work, you know.
You're right. We need to further sweeten the deal.
Huh? You want something even sweeter than Fontanalia mousse?
Yes, we'll need a gift that's sweeter than any dessert in the world.
But what could that be?
Your words of praise.
啊，懂了。
go ahead. No need to worry about us.
Oh, I hope Farina will like the gifts we prepared. Oh, and if you still think we should get something else for her, just let me know. I should be able to make some fireworks.
手抽烟花，不知道为什么有一种名人在思考一些奇特料理的感觉。
Looking forward to the good news. 好奇千铃木市上这 OK 这里哦，先做一份钱。看起来像蓝色的南瓜。前往弗妮娜的公寓。
We're here. This is where Farina lives.
Okay, I'll go knock on the door.
Who's knocking before afternoon tea?
已经中午了。
Who are you?
表情。
Lady Farina, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Xavier, a film director.
Hello. Oh, is that the traveler in Paimon I see behind you? And who's this?
I'm Chiori.
Ah, the one from Chioria Boutique. Hello, hello. So, what are you all doing here? Do you need something?
Did you just get up, Farina? It's already past noon, you know.
派蒙甜一点。
Huh? Oh, Paimon means the weather is so nice in the afternoon and the sun is so warm. Just like how you make us feel. Sleeping in late is a really smart idea.
什么奇怪的状况？
No. I was just up late last night reading some novels. What does sleeping in have to do with the weather?
This is a small gift we've prepared for you, Lady Farina. We hope you like it.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a regular person like everyone else now. Oh, is this Fontinalia mousse? It's one of my favorites.
That's great! So, actually, there's something we need your help with. Given your renowned passion and understanding of drama, I would like to ask that you serve as the director of our film crew.
Oh, but didn't you just say that you're a director?
Yes, but for this particular project, I'm mainly working as a producer. Besides, I'm sure that your understanding of the performing arts far surpasses my own, Lady Farina.
Are the Traveler and Paimon also part of the film crew?
Yep, we sure are. Paimon's the clapper loader and she's the camera operator.
Camera operator? That can be a pretty technical job, and it directly affects the final quality of the film. Are you really up to it?
要不要试一下给你看？
No, I'm not questioning your abilities. It's just that I've never really seen you use a camera before.
Maybe you can come up with a test for the Traveler and see for yourself. If she can satisfy you with her camera skills, then you'd have nothing to worry about and can join the team. What do you say?
You sure are getting better at rolling with the situation, Paimon. Oh, I do wish to see how skilled the Traveler really is with a camera. Alright, how about this? We'll work with what we have.
I'll give you some scenarios and see if your work is up to my standards.
听从弗宁娜导演的安排。
Very good. It's essential for the camera operator to understand the director's vision. I'll make my decision after seeing your work. Are you ready? I have high standards, you know.
没问题。
Okay, grab the camera and I'll give you a scenario.
波蒙特工坊的老板伊斯黛莱小姐一直都在为自己的锻造机械感到自豪。她不仅能精准地控制力度与温度，而且对铁匠来说毫不费力。我们为她拍一段小的宣传片，记得要突出优越的技术。拍摄需要根据导演的几项需求，拍多个镜位组成一段映影，适合的机位，然后还要选择旁白，加入需要的旁白，满足导演的各项需求，将所有的镜头安排和所有镜头的机位和旁白都选好，就可以开始播放看成效。选择旁白，博蒙特工是一个工作自由基，非常需要摆放沉香的，需要展示博蒙特工坊镜头。选择武器的话，就来博蒙特工坊吧。开始播放。影集。拜其所赐，博蒙特工坊的老板伊斯黛莱小姐能够诧异啊。
Oh, it appears that you have more skill than I thought.
我记得早期的电影是没有配音也没有音乐的，所以以前好像日本刚进电影的时候有一个专门的旁白吧，没记错的话。
All the shots had a great composition, and I could really feel a connection to the characters and their lines.
那么结论是
Yeah! Does that mean you agree to be our director, Farina?
Did you think I would agree just like that? After our performance of The Little Oceanid, I've begun to make a name for myself again, you know. In fact, I've already had several troops approach me for the Fontanaia Film Festival. Unfortunately, the scripts were all pretty boring and didn't pique my interest.
他刚刚已经讲到重点了，他刚刚在看小说，熬夜看小说，讲出来就行了。
If others were to find out I agreed to work with you so easily, then, well...
Hey, but didn't we have a deal? What else do we need to do to convince you, Farina?
Well, what about the pay?
Huh?
You know, how much you're willing to pay me to be the director? The pay is also an important factor for me to consider, you know.
Well, I can offer you this much?
表情看起来
What? That's all? If Nervulat were to hear of this, he could charge you with underpaying your labor.
报给他回来特。
I'm sorry, but our crew is in a tight financial spot at the moment.
I see. Well, even though it's highly unlikely now that I'll join your crew, there's still something I'd like to ask. Exactly what film are you planning to make?
Oh, our script is an adaptation of The Two Musketeers.
Huh? Wait, you mean the suspense thriller novel that was a #1 bestseller?
啊，难怪第一本在你这。
Oh, so Farina's read it too.
Of course I read it. I've always had a keen interest in artistic works that strike a chord with the populace. I see. It all makes sense now. You must have used most of the budget to pay for the copyright.
Not really. The novel's author transferred the copyright to me practically for free once he heard that I wanted to make a film adaptation of the story. The lack of budget is due to another issue.
He probably just wants to get his name out there. So, Mora isn't the most important thing to him right now. It reminds me of a delivery courier who wears one of my designs while traveling all across Teyvat. I didn't charge her much for the outfit either. The exposure she provides for my brand is well worth it.
凄凉凉。
So, are you a big fan of this story, Farina?
Well, it's alright. The pacing of the story is good, but the character relationships could use some work. When I was reading it before, I always felt like some things were left on a rather unsatisfactory note. I have high standards, you know. Ahem, Mr. Xavier, if, hypothetically speaking, I agree to be the director, how much freedom would I have in terms of script revisions and creative interpretation?
Oh, as much freedom as you would need. I wouldn't dare doubt the tastes of Fontaine's greatest star.
Good. Then I'm free to alter the script as I see fit.
Absolutely, no problem.
拍一个你喜欢的故事吧。
All right. It seems that your crew really can't go on without my care and direction.
So, you agree?
Yes, I agree. Although the pay is well below what someone of my caliber deserves. A great script calls for a great director.
眼睛还闪过一个光芒。
I mustn't let a perfectly good story be ruined due to lack of funds. If you have fine cheese and bread, you wouldn't just let it sit on the counter and get moldy just because you lack an oven, right?
谢谢你，布妮娜。
Oh, Hydro Archon above! I'm not dreaming, am I? Somebody pinch me.
谁来揍我一拳？
There's no more Hydro Archon, you know. And it's still a little early to celebrate. There's a lot that goes into shooting a film. Although the trickiest tasks of finalizing the script and casting the actors have already been taken care of, we'll still need to reserve filming locations. Not to say set up lighting and props. And by the way, since we'll be filming The Two Musketeers, we'll need to find an action choreographer. Ideally, a professional who has actual experience with muskets.
Yes, I've thought about this as well. I was hoping that you might know someone who could handle the job.
Me? If this was before, I could have simply asked Florand. But it's already been some time since I last talked to her. Navia can also use firearms, but unfortunately, her style is quite different from that of the characters in the story.
那我也来枪有一点。
Could we ask the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol?
Oh, you mean the Special Patrol's musketeers?
Yes, that's right. They work with muskets every day. I can't think of anyone more qualified than them.
They would be under Nervilette's jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I, don't have any connection with them at all. So, in the end, we still have to start by talking to Nervilette.
No need to go to all that trouble. I know their Captain Chevres.
你这我不想找纳维莱特，纳维莱特会难过的。
Oh, you do? Wait, Chiari, how do you know the captain of the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
No particular reason. Running a business means dealing with some trouble from time to time, and she's helped me out on a few occasions. In return, I've helped her handle a few situations in which the Special Patrol couldn't get involved directly. So, we've gotten to know each other over time.
So you're saying there's been times when the Special Patrol needed a fashion designer to handle a situation? Your work is becoming more and more mysterious.
It'd be best to keep it that way. Anyway, enough about that. What do you all think about asking the captain to be our musket action choreographer?
She sounds professional enough. She is a captain after all. I have no objections.
But I imagine the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol must be busy with their duties. Do you think she'd really have time to help with shooting a film? And then there's the issue of pay.
Well, it just so happens that she's also not the kind of person that's just after Mora. As for whether she has time, I'll have to go and ask her first.
Then I'll leave that to you. Macaroni's on sale today, so I've got to go. You can just tell me how things went when we discuss tomorrow's plan later.
No problem.
Having Farina join feels like a big boost to our team.
不，这个团队怎么想都非常厉害吧？泽维尔完全就是天降好运哎。
Of course. Just wait until the day of our premiere. You'll witness the true power of my name in these lands. You'll be so glad I agreed to help. I can guarantee that even the standing tickets will be sold out. I'll be sure to ask some people I know to see if they'd be willing to act as extras.
Seems like you're finally getting more comfortable with your own reputation now.
I didn't ask for the Clapper Loader's commentary, Paimon.
期待首映日。
Then let's get going. I happen to know where Chevreuse is today.
By the way, I'm curious. If my pay is so low, then what about our 2 lead actors? Didn't they travel here all the way from Inazuma?
Actually, they told us that they see the trip as part of a cultural exchange, so they didn't ask for any pay.
What? So is every person in Teyvat who doesn't want money gathered here to shoot this film? Don't tell me Chiori isn't being paid either.
I already knew Xavier from before, and he's also agreed to give my brand some good exposure.
It seems the gods have really smiled upon you, Xavier. And that certainly doesn't include me, mind you.
真的。我知道夏威夷在哪，我刚好看到。
Besides the macaroni, I should also pick up some tomato sauce.
我刚刚就看到你了，还给你拍了张照。
All right, this is the place.
But where's the captain? There's hardly anyone around here.
就在那儿。
She's over there. The one with an eye patch reading in front of the newsstand.
Oh, her! Paimon could tell there was something different about her. She seems kinda intimidating.
那你刚才怎么没看到？
Please wait here for a moment. I'll go fetch her. She's working now, so you might not want to get in her way.
Working? But isn't she just standing there and reading a novel?
Just trust me.
Oh, alright, let's see what happens then. Chiori sure is a mysterious person. She claims just to be a fashion designer, but she knows all these powerful people.
The court of Fontaine isn't particularly tolerant of visitors from overseas, so it isn't easy for a foreigner to promote their brand here. Even more so in the competitive world of fashion. Even a local like me just trying to make a film has to face all kinds of challenges. So I can only imagine what Chiori has been through to get where she is today. I'm sure that having more connections has definitely worked in her favor.
Reading on the job?
Detective novel.
One main character?
No. Multiple. Branching storylines.
I see. How's the plot coming along?
One of the main characters is about to make a choice that will affect the rest of his life. I'd wager he's going to make the wrong choice.
Any way to speed things up? There's something I need your help with.
You know that doesn't depend on me. It all comes down to what the character chooses.
Which is exactly why I'm here to help.
All right. It appears he made the wrong choice in the end. Halt!
Huh? What's going on?
Hand over whatever you're holding.
Oh, it's just a book. I didn't buy anything else.
Then I'm sure you wouldn't mind letting me have a look.
Excuse me, officer. I don't mind you standing around here, not purchasing anything, but I'd prefer if you didn't disturb my customers. It's bad for business, you know.
Don't give me that act. You won't be able to get off so easily either. I am Shavraz, captain of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. I will say this one last time. Hand over whatever you're holding at once. And before you do anything unwise, let me remind you that I'll have you on the ground before you can even think about making a run for it.
All right. I'll give it to you. But please let me say something first. If there's any contraband in that book, then the shopkeeper here is the one who slipped it in. I don't have anything to do with this.
Why, you trying to leave me on the hook, huh? You were the one who said you wanted it.
Save it for the interrogation room. Take them away, Letelier.
What's going on here? One second you're reading a book and the next you're escorting people away.
难怪有人说夏沃雷应该跟胡桃有的拼。
And who are... Oh! Aren't you the traveler who's been all over the papers recently? Chiori, I'm assuming what you wanted to ask me about has to do with them, right? Maybe I can let you in on what's happening then. Now that Vache has been brought to justice, no new shipments of synth will be made and distributed to sellers. The Fontaine guards have been busy collecting the remaining synths still circulating on the market. Thanks to a tip from our reliable source here, this should be the very last batch.
Oh, so you were pretending to read a book in order to catch the bad guys. Oh, Paimon almost forgot to introduce ourselves. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler and Xavier.
Hey, I'm Shavraz. You probably already heard me introduce myself, so I won't bother repeating it.
为什么不直接抓捕他们？
Yeah, why didn't you make a move as soon as you had the chance? Were you worried that my intel wasn't accurate?
No, I wanted to see if the shopkeeper would turn himself in first. All he had to do was come up to me and say that he didn't know where the synth had come from. If he did that, then I wouldn't have had to press charges on him.
He had the whole day to turn the synth over to Shavraz. But instead, the moment I came up and blocked Shavraz's line of sight, he took the opportunity to sell it off.
Yep, he made the wrong choice, even though the right choice was right there in front of him.
But you knew they wouldn't make the right choice.
Yeah, I knew. I was just hoping I'd be wrong for once. Enough about that, though. What did you want to ask me about?
Oh, you see, it's like this.
The Two Musketeers. You certainly have a good eye for a story. So what do you need me to do? Just be the action choreographer for the actors?
Yes, that's right. I want to make sure we get all the details right. I want the actor's posture and understanding of firearms to be as realistic as possible. However, I'm afraid this work will require a bit of your time, since you'll have to be present whenever we're filming. Also, as for the pay...
No need to say any more. I'll join.
Huh?
Really? You're willing to help us with our humble film project?
Sure, it's no big deal. As I said, we've wrapped up our investigation here, so I don't have any other tasks on my plate for the moment. Besides, I personally really like this novel. I even have the collector's edition at home. Stories where justice prevails over evil never get old for me.
好吧，他也是活泼讲话的人，严肃如迪鲁克，但是活泼大于迪鲁克。
Then we've got a deal?
Yes, I'll see you on set tomorrow.
Oh my, I can hardly believe it. I should tell Lady Farina immediately. Oh, and I must tell the prop manager and lighting technician to get everything ready. We start filming tomorrow.
Calm down, Xavier. The film is going to take more than just a day to finish. Still, I should also head back now and start preparing the actors' costumes and makeup.
Alright, guess that's it for today then.
Traveler, Paimon, please stay for a moment. I have something to tell you.
Then I'll take Xavier back. Poor thing. He's so excited that he can't even walk straight anymore. I don't want to spend our first day fishing our producer out of the fountain.
这位人应该可以保持清醒。
He'd better.
他最好可以。夏沃雷队伍，留下一个警官在。
So what did you want to tell us, Chevres?
Have you read The Two Musketeers?
只知道个大概。
The story is about a pair of children born into the household of a baron and their struggle to survive together and take revenge for their mother. They were raised at the baron's estate, where their mother worked as a maid. The two were illegitimate children that the baron had with the maid, so they were never treated well by anyone. One day, upon returning home, they found their mother had been murdered and left dead on the floor. It was quite evident that the culprits were the other members of the baron's household, who never had any kind words to say to them. However, the baron was able to exert his influence and keep the whole thing under wraps. The mother's death was eventually deemed as a suicide, and there was no chance of bringing her murderers to justice. The two siblings decided to flee and someday avenge their mother. Many years later, members of the baron's family suddenly started turning up dead one after the other, all killed by gunshot. A rainbow rose was found on each of the victims' bodies, being the flower that the kid's mother liked best. The baron believed that the mother's soul had come to take vengeance on him, so he lived in fear each day. But it was actually those two siblings who had fled all those years ago. They relied on each other to survive and trained day and night, eventually becoming adept musketeers. They used all of their abilities to collect evidence and clues before executing their plan and exacting revenge on the baron. Their actions let the truth behind their mother's death be known to all.
That's quite an exhilarating story.
Yep. The Baron got what he deserved for his evil deeds, and justice was able to prevail. It was just the kind of story I enjoy.
Oh, so is that why you were so willing to join our crew, Chevres?
You could say it was one of the reasons.
Oh, you mean there were other reasons too?
I've read the reports about you. Whether it was at the trials or when you lent your hand to resolve our nation's crisis, you've shown that you've got a strong sense of justice, as well as a great mind for deductions.
难道说有案件要拜托我们？
Yes, you're as sharp as I expected. It seems you've experienced many similar situations before. There's been a recent murder case involving muskets. The perpetrator's methods appear to be very similar to what is described in the novel.
Huh? Really? But Paimon didn't see anything about that in today's papers.
The Marechaussee Phantom hasn't yet released any information to the public because the investigation is currently at a standstill. The murderer is extremely cautious.
A murder involving firearms? But not that many people use those in Fontaine, right?
会不会是捅枪队？
Impossible. We perform a routine inspection of our firearms and ammo reserves every day. If one of the weapons had been fired, it would stick out like a sore thumb. Besides, I trust the members of my platoon. However... Well, that's all I can disclose about the case today.
Huh? What do you mean?
I hope you all can go back and get some shut-eye. You can decide tomorrow whether or not you'd like to join the investigation with me. I'm aware this might not be the ideal time to add more to your plate, but the more capable people we have, the better the chances that justice will prevail.
特勤队没有人调查吗？
Carrying out investigations isn't actually supposed to be our responsibility. Our job is to apprehend the perpetrators. Finding them is really up to the Marechaussee Phantom. You could say I'm taking part in the investigation out of personal interest. I don't want people to see muskets in a negative way, and also, I'm concerned about the similarity between the crimes and the story.
You mean they might be connected somehow?
I suspect so. Just to make myself clear, this is not an order, nor is it a deal of any kind. It's a request. Nothing. If you two have any interest in the case after we finish filming tomorrow and are willing to assist me, then I would be most grateful.
What do you think, Traveler?
还是明天再想吧。
Yeah, you're right. Paimon's getting a little tired too. We've really been hustling all day.
You'd better head back and get some rest. It's good to keep a calm mind, especially when you're about to make an important decision. Otherwise, when the moment comes, you might end up like that shopkeeper and not even realize that the right choice is right there in front of you.
好，第一章结束。我记得是有彩蛋在的。我看到了，德威尔跟千之。
Oh, how lucky I am to have so many kind-hearted people assisting me.
Yeah, just watch your step now.
Everything I've been through is starting to pay off now. There finally is a light at the end of the tunnel. Ah, I see it now. What lies before me is a whole world of hope.
No. What lies before you is the fountain. I hope you can start seeing clearly, or you'll end up taking a dip in it.
为什么听起来好像千之很常去喷泉捞他出来？千之，我的下一个需要抽的演戏，哎，你慢点来，让我多存一点。哦，真的耶，他们两个在这里，这个画面太奇特了。
Hold that pose.
你成为最高领导者。
Indeed, Monsieur Neuvillette. I'd very much appreciate hearing your thoughts on everything we just discussed, including my initial proposal and the general direction of our potential cooperation.
Your proposals are reasonable and quite well thought out. Your sincerity and wish for our mutual success was evident in your words, so there's no need to be so modest.
Thank you. So, what's your decision?
If you're asking for my personal opinion, I'm willing to cooperate in full based on my own opinions and my impression of Inazuma's culture. However, Fontaine doesn't run simply based on the feelings of one individual. I'm sure Inazuma must be the same. Everything must be done in accordance with the regulations that are in place.
Yes, of course. I will submit a written proposal outlining the details of our potential cooperation to the Palais Mermonia within a week.
And I look forward to hearing from you.
Here, Yoimiya. Try some conch Madeline.
好大，好大一盘。
No, you ordered it, Ayaka, so you should be the first to try.
To be honest, I ordered it for you. You're fond of desserts, aren't you?
Well, in that case, I guess I shouldn't refuse. Let's try some together.
All right.
This is amazing! Oh, the texture is so soft! You can feel the super rich aroma of butter as soon as you take a bite, and the aftertaste is pure bliss!
Great. I'm glad you like it. I enjoyed it too, and I really like the swirly design.
I've heard that it's supposed to look like a barrel conch. I've never actually seen one myself, but now I'm really curious about what it looks like. Hey, Ayaka, when you can find the time, would you like to go search for one underwater with me?
All right. Why don't we go right after this?
Great! Then that's a plan. There are so many places I'd like to visit with you.
有生之年要去水下就挺方便的。活动证明，这是胶带吗？哦，好难得，它是分5天的。2个我都怀疑，吓我了，要下去演。哦，对，我买到这个了。该去看一下。啊，该跟树林说再见。
This realm. If you ever
不需要先点使用，来使用洞天已解锁。
This realm
切换洞天，切换走喽。房子不知道长什么样。哦，先到房子了，这就是新的对。蛮大一座岛，它只有3座岛，所以它应该是这一座岛有2个，就是这样。哦，我看到水流，这里游泳也是看体力。这岛蛮大的，应该洞天的预设音乐，这一段是不会消耗的。哦，好的。 这有一个水池，就这样带一个水池。我记得有说这边有一个地方，应该是这边。先回去。我记得有蛮多新的套装，可是应该材料都不够，对，都不够。因为之前不知道材料，所以没有办法买。我倒是有猜到这个会需要很多，我要做一堆。这个倒是没有，主要建筑多了一个。先摆一点东西，我总不能现在全部都用强制打造的打出来。哦，这个比我想象中大。OK， 看一下有没有比较小一点，多点。把纪念物放，说起来中里的那个在哪？不是这个，在挺远吗？这里哦，有出现了。我记得有人说超大一点，比想象中大。我之前看到有人把多珠可的那个娃娃放到钟离的手上，用一些神奇的手法。不过我觉得我应该是办不到。所以我还是让他乖乖在这儿。你旁边放个风大姐。好吧，莫名觉得蛮好笑的，我要回来。感觉自从到了枫丹之后，会摇晃的东西多了好多。但也没有到魔性，不是太近了，我转不了圈。机械虎，那什么东西是活动或者？对，我得摆一张桌子。哦，对，画作，画个阿贝多的画在哪？太萌的画，好凉。然后再来是多多可德语。我们有的白二老师的作品是不是有一点多啊？是我错觉吗？自己忘记摆到家门。 不要让你在这种尴尬的位置。哎，哦。捡到，总监好像好像比风打击更是。这棵树，这树是怎么用？啊，找到这个桌子。目前我看来看，这个桌子比较符合我的心意，合我的意好，没有什么。哎，对，这是这次上次活动来着。我的遇见天生祖尊大御所大人像。娃娃，玻璃娃娃，要管理，也差一个。得插一个那个绳子的旗子，摆一根超大的独角仙，还有什么可以摆？欧兰娜放地上。这个可以丢到外面。哎，好像有地方可以摆，突然想到， 学拍起。我倒是意外都摆不。那什么东西要摆？这里好像可以放吗？好像快满了，快爆了。这里有一个，看一下能不能再放一个。那就用方导，这叫墨胶，放在水路处。摆这么的，在这里。交接路，我错觉还是这次啊，它的路淡波岛，对，这个字，路物。看着歪掉，让人好不高兴。哎，应该满。再开，好像到后面就比较没有这种消息。原版老样子卖农业区。 它的判定是不是有改？对，好像差了不少。为什么这个可以放？先稍微拉一下分数。帮我摆这么随便，我自己看都会有点生气。好急哦！看不到是多少，先改一下。来看看室内，好奇有几间房子，好大。不对，这个格局，这格局不就跟虚名的是一样的吗？偷懒的。这间大间有点虚，又有点，对，这就是虚。楼梯在两边，从虚名下去，连这边都长一样。我跟虚名的房子很熟，不要这样骗我，太让我难过了。你怎么如此的普通？还有舞台，你还可以在这里开你的办公室。花嘞，怎么这个摆得下，这个其他摆不下？完蛋，老问题又出现，宽度不对。在我做出你们的家具之前，先忍着一下吧。 这是男厕的内房。桌子新的桌子，长按板这可以进。小型白色沙发。这是桌上摆设，我记得我是想要是放，来，对，我之前是放，然后再来画一条咸鱼，在哭的鱼。点到。总觉得歪歪的，我觉得。 我已达上限。把这两拔掉。还是达上限了。我以为放多少东西。 这中途可真麻烦。房梁，对，房梁。感觉不用榻榻米很痛。真闷。我虽然不知道从外面看会有多诡异，不过你先这样好了。在弄家园哦，在冲分数，这样讲比较正确。冲分数，因为这是新的嘛，然后想说先把它弄一弄，然后等之后的做好了之后再把它换过去，再把东西换。不然说实在，现在的状况超级。我自己看都有点于心不忍。你怎么可以长成这个样子？这个范围。但会不算是。收纳。换另一边。这样。对。到这里。 然后这把一过了。我有一种在挑战生活智慧王的讲个实在话，他太高了。啊，顶棚啊，挡到啦！哎，把别的纪念品放。把焚香炉放在这上面，会不会太诡异了一点？不行，这个不能这样放，我自己不能接受。哦，放这个，我没事。然后再放，对，我也找方向。再来是我们大风机关的外出旅行包，然后再放这个智慧之。然后好像没了，就先这样。啊，对，有把我什么放？黄金梅，小小的主盖耳光。好像不够宽，哦，我记得你这边是后方，对，这边超黑。就把这个收掉，换零花给的，就这样放。还可以再放，可以再放。那摆什么呢？结果到最后来，你是放得下的。啊，我想起来了，面具，又是你了，好大一个。那你还放得下？对啊，放不下。好，满足了，我心满意。感觉水母挺适合放这，放不下。啊，水母，好，水母你可以放这。去到其空的房间，把这两个放。哎，再放一个。还有什么要放的？有什么纪念品是要放？哦，我这个该放的。这里没地方放。书房放好像。但我也不太确定这里到底是不是书房，因为我也是刚去。 有书的房间简称书房，超随便。门是会全部一起关。这个比我想象难放置。OK， 这样看看够不够。OK， 3万。对，突然让我想起来，因为改音乐的我好像没有。改音乐的在哪里？完蛋了，致命问题。东西在哪儿？哦，在这，在这。就放这。我记得好像是16。这个，是希望他能把其他的 DG 也放进来。不行，我看到动我一跳。OK， 啊，好多了。原来这个奖项上面是有照片。鱼莲的话，马赫梅的话。哇，还没看大小姐的小电影。
Oh, hello, hello! This place is seriously cool. So, you and Paimon have this whole space to yourselves? It must feel a little empty sometimes. Maybe I should come and hang out more often.
晚安，纳维亚。
Yeah, I'm getting really sleepy. I think I'm gonna... I really hope my dreams are sweet tonight.
哦，不要讲这种话，看着就让人伤心。
Oh, hello, hello! This place is... I like this place a lot. It's really nice. The scenery is wonderful, and I love what you've done with the interior. Very tasteful. You never fail to impress.
那家还是差了这一点。
Oh, don't be silly. It's not a competition.
every home's character is unique to its owner. It's not a question of good or bad, just personality. Yeah, that sums it up nicely. Your home is a reflection of your personality. Just one look around here, and I can tell that this place belongs to you and Paimon.
你喜欢什么风格的家？
Cozy and practical, I guess. Beyond that, I'm really not that picky. Maloose actually did most of the interior decor at my place. I've always been quite fond of his style, and now that I've gotten used to it, I'm reluctant to change things up. Oh, hello! This place is... I like that the scenery is wonderful, and oh, don't every home's yeah, just one look around here. Really? Literally whenever I want? Because I'll definitely be taking you up on that offer. Don't worry, I'll make sure to always come with snacks. Homemade cookies, little cakes, and whatever else you like. Oh, and I'm happy to bring enough for Paimon, too.
就我看纳维亚二创的时候，我会蛮注意看，如果是有画正面的话，我会蛮注意看他衣服怎么画的。那他这套衣服有一个蛮重要的重点是，它前面应该是印夹的，就是映衬的，就是它应该是印的才对。所以如果画出前面的凹凸的话，应该是不会到太剧烈，因为它前面是固定住的，所以其实我会在看二创的时候比较注意这一点，因为我之前有研究过那个西方礼服，颇为在意，没画对我是不会按吃饭的。是我的错觉还是演戏红眼睛的，是不是嘛？你不是你蓝的，你也是蓝的。今天看到的千只好像也是蓝眼，红色的眼，这个也是蓝的。豆好像也是眼，我也忘了。飞斗也是红色的，感觉好像都是固定两色系在跳。
Add as I won't hold you back much.
我在比起乡里，我会在。底下好像是不错，不要带个沙罗啊。
Let's do this.
他这个会加要。我等等回来。
There'll be an extra fee for that.
Exactly. But none of them believed me.
I'll think about it.
Yep, you're right.
There'll be an extra fee for that.
Exactly. But none of them believed me.
The duty of a Tengu warrior is to watch over the mountains and forests, while that of the Kujo clan is to guard Inazuma. These two are of the same ilk.
There'll be an extra fee for that.
Exactly. But none of them believed me.
Rebooting.
他给我回来了。好，我们来去跑活动吧。进站。哦，有小。还有专门的灯，就为了照这个。这上面是写很淡，这不能爬。
Burst forth.
没关系，我自己招台。看看，我懒得翻，我懒得开翻译，真是太会了。小路米埃尔，知名导演。美好的一天，不是吗？聪明到你们这种程度，应该不断会有人向你们递名片吧？哦，你认识我们吗？这孩子看起来好老成。仅仅因为年纪尚轻就轻视别人，是无知者才会犯的毛病。我想两位不至于如此肤浅。尽管我无意自夸，但我和兄长是这里小有名气的映影导演，大家更习惯称呼我为小路米埃尔。小路米埃尔先生，你也要给我们名片吗？没错，我对你们的冒险经验很感兴趣，在我们这行非凡的故事永远都会被受到追捧。既然你们还不认识我，但我就先做个自我介绍。我和我的兄长已经合作拍摄映影很久了，也有几部比较出名的映影。或许你们看过《工厂大门》没有？那没关系。进站呢？也没有。这样。那也不足为奇，我们兄弟作为映影人的道路还很长，以后会拍出更多家喻户晓的映影。映影的制作从构思、故事、表演、演员表演、摄影师和导演合作拍摄，再到处理成片，都是相当有趣的过程。在这其中，我认为拍摄过程是最具有技术性的部分。拍摄重点的取舍决定了观众将得到怎样的资讯，感受到怎样的气氛。虽然旁白也很重要，但我们不能一直指望靠旁白来构成一个故事。4段镜头，我一直相信，只要4段镜头就可以构成一个最小的叙事单位。你比的是5。在这4个镜头之内，天才可以创造奇迹。两位想试试看吗？借着这个机会来感受一下映影的魅力吧。那我们要怎么做？很简单，我可以对你们提供一个可以形成短片剧情的拍摄主题。重点是尝试镜头与旁白多种处理方式，从而完成几部短片映影的拍摄。两位有兴趣吗？听起来很有趣。太好了，那么两位准备好之后，就可以前往我挑好的拍摄地点尝试拍摄。我也会针对拍摄好的成片给予意见。 那么有拍过微电影的我问清楚，他不会很快乐。特巡队新进，蒂雷娜，诶，你是上次有出现是不是？进入正位，全员列队，筒枪抵肩，迅速瞄准，精准射击，拒止敌人。欢迎参与特巡队的特别活动，体验筒枪射手的快乐。筒枪，一道我们不太熟悉的概念呢。不过我看这位特巡队员的摊位，难道他说的活动也和千灵映影节有关吗？啊，是超天顶领队级战力，您居然出现了！如果有您帮忙宣传，那我一定可以达成任务的目标。你说谁？那个什么什么战力，又是我和海文的奇怪外号吗？没错，这是2位在一些警备队员之中流传的美称。我曾与你们有一面之缘，不过我这种普通的路人般的平庸射手，也没办法给你们留下深刻的印象，也再正常不过了。当曾初次见面也完全没有问题。我是特巡队的新进成员蒂雷娜，负责队内的各种杂务。特巡队希望借助千灵映影节的人气来举办一个宣传活动，并招募市民当中的潜在人才。所以将2位请看桌上的这个模拟射击装置千步蓝射角分间。这个装置像是一个小小的枫丹体模型，啊哈！不只是枫丹体，还可以这个沙盘还可以切换区域，更换成野外的风景。当然，但远不如枫丹体壮观。配合枫丹科学院之前为我们研究的特殊光学目镜，就能模拟特巡队射手在高处打击敌人时的情景。总之，听起来是一种模拟筒枪使用的瞄准目标并射击的游戏，对，没错吧？不过名字好复杂哦，蓝色和角分又是什么意思？我根据夏沃雷队长教导我们的一句名言，总结出了这个活动名称，超级厉害的目标。作为优秀的筒枪射手，应追求终极准确度，是在1000步级别的距离上打出小于1角分的散步。虽然以目前量产筒枪的加工精密度和我们射手的实力，别说1000步，100步以上的散步要小于1角分都是天方夜谭。但以夏沃雷队长的实力，说不定真的可以做得到。慢一点，我光听都晕了。只要开开心心玩游戏就好了。你说的对，有的东西不用计较那么多，照做就好了。我刚入队的时候，夏沃雷队长也是这样教我的。总之，请2位收下这副目镜，配合桌上的模拟装置，就可以开始游戏了。话都说到这，我们就试试看吧。我本来就有点好奇，用筒枪这种武器射击目标是什么感觉，说不定还挺有趣。讲到打靶，以前学打靶的时候会说要贴紧的那个手臂跟身体之间的那个角，然后我们那时候练习有一个人他没有贴好。
How about a quick break so I can sketch this beautiful scenery?
被后坐力打到10指。千灵映影节做得好呀，干得漂亮啊！这么一来，想在截稿日前完成专案，根本是痴人说梦。这次老板不会痛骂我了，应该会直接干掉我吧？这位小姐怎么自顾自的哭起来了？我们需要帮她找医生吗？不知道东南有没有专门治疗心情的医生？你们什么时候来的？感谢2位的关心，现在我更需要可以让我即将死亡的职业生涯起死回生的医生。 这不属于工作医生的工作吧？工作很重要，我们要不要帮忙？不就工作吗？大不了换一个吧。啊，换工作比死还折磨啊！所以要有熟悉的做事方法都没了，全要重新学。这样聊下去也不是办法，还是请你先说明一下遇到了什么困难吧。有点难，这是技术上的问题，我想应该怎么解释。简单来说，我是千灵映影节器材供应商的工程师伊莲，主要负责开发摄影器材。为了追求映影的效果，我们的甲方提出了需要一种能够载着映影机快速移动的稳相平台。同时，这种稳相平台还需要有办法在模仿演员的人偶或动物模型来假扮远方的群众灵演。如此一来，他们就能够在高速移动中稳定跟拍演员，或者省下雇用大量演员的费用了。而且他们还要求每个平台的采购价不能高于一台留影机的1/3，使用寿命不能低于30年。哪有这种要求？就算是超级厉害的工匠也做不出又便宜又好用又耐用的道具吧。我做完了。毕竟甲方是不可忤逆之人，以前甲方提过更过分的要求，我也是豁出半条命满足了他们。那你在烦恼什么啦？问题是我没有测试员，好不容易做出的商品不经过全面测试，专案是不会完成的。稍微懂一点机械原理或者体力够好的测试员都被天灵影节找去检查更重要的东西。不经过测试的产品交到甲方手里，要是被找出了什么大问题，我可是要倒赔10倍。我只好在这边一边推销自家产品，一边寻找外援。就算最后入不敷出，也只能认了。毕竟和甲方的合约是老板签的，但要赔10倍的，就是我个人要负责的。自己至此先说看测试内容吧。没错，如果不是很困难的测试，说不定我和海文可以做些简单的工作。听起来没那么难，实现起来就不容易了。为了确认稳相平台在极限速度下的运转，我将它调成了避开一切接近者的被动运动模式。测试员需要在特定场地内追逐稳相平台，并在短时间内尽可能将越多平台驱赶至目标区域。像我这种体力差，稍微追着稳相平台跑2步就没力气了。不就是跑步吗？你这么一说，我们反而放心了。只不过是几个机关而已，看我们飞毛腿追着他们跑，说不定还会被我们超过。测试极限什么太简单了，真的，你们认真的吗？那我给你们磨啦。哎呀，劳动补偿我们也不会拒绝。不过要是在这种情况下收你太多磨啦，我们良心也会被抗议。你按照正常支付给测试员的费用，给我们适当的磨啦就可以了。神医，你们就是能让我濒死的职业生涯复活的神医。测试场就在城区附近的一座无人秘境中，那就交给你们两位了。我依莲感激不尽。从业这么多年，终于走运了一次。明天我不会用被老板干掉了。做完这一单之后，我还是建议你换个老板比较好。笑得也太开心了，散发着耀眼光芒的2位客人，你们终于来了。你们想必就是提瓦特今日的传说冒险家，明日的超级巨星海文派欧吗？你有何事？好夸张的语气，还用了奇奇怪怪的形容词。印象中一见面就大肆夸我们的人，基本上都会要我们帮忙。你就有话直说，你要求是什么吧？不，我并非有求于2位，而是给你们一个双赢的机会。与我枫丹才华最为洋溢的实验映影 导演梅丽爱合作，成为荧幕上最为闪亮的存在。到时候你们要钱有钱，要人脉有人脉，无论身处提瓦特何方，横着走都没有人阻拦，甚至有人为你们铺地毯。然后横着走，偶尔还需要需要拳头。可是我们也没有多少出演电影的经验，如果我们随便和你合作就有办法成名的话，那你为什么还没成为超级厉害的导演呢？以前跟你合作的大明星又在哪里呢？一针见血，被看穿了。要是有人专门办一所培训演员的学校就好了，我实在需要又能打又能好好管理表情，会用充沛的情感演绎台词的万能演员。但这种天才是不存在的。我的实验映演只完成了文戏的规划，打戏连个影子都没有，第一部作品也还没完成，所以我迫不得已只好使用打斗替身的方案。显然你们两位是最佳人选，是要我们代替演员拍打斗的桥段。哇，好聪明，这样的确可以解决演员不会战斗的问题呢。战斗的话我们都是很熟练，但不会出现我们的脸和其他演员对不上的问题吗？理论上的确会这样，但现在看来我在我的实验阴影里打斗的部分更为重要。如果你们表现出色，我就把文戏都改成剪影好了，台词本来就也不多，再好好帮其他演员化妆，把侧影的轮廓扮成你们的样子，最后经过灯光处理，观众也看不出差异。当然这么一来反而就是文戏演员成为你们的替身，他们本来就也没有你们出名，我还要付你们冠名费哦。所以如果我们跟你合作，就可以直接赚到什么那个叫什么主角的位置，还有可观的酬劳和不可估量的名分，我们好像蛮赚的耶，你觉得呢？不赚白不赚。由衷感谢你们支持，太完美了。那事不宜迟，请你们直接前往我的实验映影棚吧。在我的这部实验映影中，共有气氛完全不同的4段打斗桥段，每个桥段都会用到不同的特技光效。在特技光效期间，打戏的表现会依照对应的剧本变得更加夸张。以你们经验，绝对可以一下就理解重点，迅速地拍完所有镜头，然后顺利杀青。依照他们的数目跟进一步。这是美露新制作的大姐。关于你的兄长，路米埃尔年长我很多，不过这不是问题，我们兄弟党合作无间，都没什么名气。关于铜匠，你想定制铜匠？我不太清楚内部原理。你这样就答应了。利用有限弹药击败所有敌人。 还要看这么久。对的。哦，还好。有派蒙印的印章。可怜的乙方真的如他的名字一样，真的是很可怜。OK， 可以直接成功。OK， 配律师雷了，不然是要用冰的吗？
Take your true form! Time to get wind strike! As one with wind and cloud!
By ordinance divine!
Hold the line!
Embrace the ice! Do your master's bidding!
Clouds high. The birds...
Rest and rebound!
My apologies! Kamisato art! Sometsu! Whirling snow! By ordinance divine.
Wind strike! Fallen leaves! Adorn!
Let's move out. Embrace the ice! Yeah! Take flight! Yeah! Yeah! Whirling snow! In your dreams! My will embodied! Cryo incarnate!
As one with wind and cloud!
Hold the line!
My apologies! Yeah! Kamisato art! Soretsu! Yeah! Yeah! Take your true form! Do your master's bidding!
Into the wind! Fallen leaves! Adorn!
Take flight!
一定要拿金色的。活动商店。就说那我也会点手机。语音。
Do you know that chocolate candy that's made in the shape of a bullet? It's so sweet. It's like an instant shot of energy to your whole body. Well,
让我想到一本小说。在水下迷路的演员林尼特是在水草间游动，却找不到方向。当他抬起头时，水下好像都一样。林尼特从水草中游过。我的表太阳的方向，该往哪里游？水下看起来好像都一样。不知道沿着太阳的方向。鬼斧神工100分。是不要强制连线。好，只能配这条。还好亚洲服找人不可能。绿色区。 北下音律大河。我的目标是绿色区域。
Let's go!
哇，大丰收！传统跑步者，啊，大家对我好友善的问。哦，原来它是积分制。旋转，旋转，再旋转。 啊，传统跑步的太好了。要跳一次大推书，这还蛮花时间。哎，对，这样第一天是结束了，就这样。就靠你踢的这一下，召唤不出武器来。是伞还是枪？哦，对，我剩3个，真的去哪？雕像还没做。但是来这里就已经都是重建完了。 大部分人我都有对话，这次好像没有出现新的人，都再回来逛，被人家漏掉，好像没有，什么都没有漏掉。我还觉得他们两个在这边谈公司，实在太好笑了。
This realm is... If you ever...哦，果然是这里。就有点空，都。然后这倒是提醒我了一件事，突然想到，先知的鞋子我好像在哪里看过，先定格在这个位置，我查一下我。翻书时间，找鞋子在哪？这是花纹，是不是？这是
我觉得好像在哪？找是找到，但好像没有我想到的那，但是有蛮像，大概理解。他应该是从，对，他应该是从这一种 ，OK， 但是蛮有创意的高跟鞋。我记得高跟鞋本身好像就蛮接近于是踮脚尖走路，没有穿过。它还是有一点这种贴纸的感觉，但是没有那么重。
Flash!
然后这个好像上次歪到，才终于让他买。来啦！那就比较新。我97人好像因为很少。嗯。我记得我之前看过，好像是9条拿弓是最正的。好，信任快变32。他只要不是整数，我就想把它补到整数。我看一下我的料是，没事，几碗，活动今天跑完了，它是一天，它这次是一天一天开放，总共开5天。那这次活动的剧情比较长，也不知道为什么冯妮娜一直不愿意去找纳维莱特的。不知道去先知屋会不会有什么？大家好像没有什么过节的感觉。枫丹过节，大家的对话都没什么。我记得9条好像没有关于签字的对话。 他有，但是我还没。他的话，我记得也有啊，没有吗？没有。对，他没有关于签，他也没有。我记得他有。
Flattery won't get you anywhere with her. She'll only give those who can truly appreciate her art a second look. How does she see me, you ask? Come on now, that hurts. Not only am I a connoisseur of the arts, but honest about it too, as I am in all my dealings.
不用担心，在这边夸大其实你妹会直接把你卖了。一斗不知道会不会认识到千金，感觉蛮难，但是还蛮想看的。他的话不知道之后会不会增加千字的兑换，千字真的出的时候就有可能，还蛮有可能。
The costumes Linny and I wear for performances were specially tailored by Chiori. Once, Linny was using a small knife for a magic trick, and accidentally cut the cuff of his sleeve a bit. She scolded us non-stop. It was scary. Luckily, I can hide behind Linny whenever we go to her shop.
躲起来。
I'm barely acquainted with the daughter of the Kamisato clan. I'm glad that I'm not from some sort of prestigious family like that. It's definitely not the kind of life for me.
I did a little snooping around at Chioriya Boutique once. Aside from the wealthy housewives of Fontaine and the box-ticking tourists from overseas, some of the regular customers there look like really rough characters. Big muscly types with scars on their face, guys in masks and hats with their swords drawn. But they always come bearing gifts and acting like humble servants. Yeah, well, mostly. Anyone with a bad attitude is literally sent flying back out the door. Seriously, I snapped a photo of a guy being thrown out once. He was like 4 feet in the air.
直接把人家送出去，哇塞！好，请你出去。飞走了，哎，好像没有关于夏沃雷。艾梅莉亚倒是有，我完全不知道艾梅莉亚。那我也不希望有人爆料，只随口一提，希望不会有人中，希望不会有人兴冲冲的来跟我讲，那就尴尬。
She's really nice to me. I often ran into her in the past when she was out researching ways to make fabrics and develop color palettes. She was always worried that I'd leave claw marks all over her beautiful textiles. But come on, why would I do that to her? She's running a store in Fontaine now and sometimes asks me to deliver stuff to her. She even helped me tailor the clothes I'm wearing now.
先知在这，他没有关于艾梅莉亚，哪回来的？嗯， OK， 时间上差不多，对，差不多我要关台了。等明天更新剧情的时候，我们再开吧。到时候再跑第2段。我还蛮期待这次活动的，虽然好像一次跑完会比较好一点，但毕竟也没有说很久，一天一天的。可是这样子，我要怎么撑过接下来的每一天呢？那活动也是一天天开吗？感觉不是呢。好像写1日后。2小时后开机。节庆活动。1天后、3天后、5天后，对，他好像不会那么早开完。那我是不是应该等全部一起跑完？那主要是很麻烦，会看到很多内容相关的，当然很想看剧情，可是像我每天跑可能没几分钟呢，我总不能还有10天，这个不行啊，撑不下去啊！我得再规划一下时间了，完蛋！总不能看我狂刷圣遗物吧？那今天就先到这了，拜拜。